Hello and welcome back to another video. And as the saying goes, when it rains, it pours. Literally, just last week, I tried to fix the hole in the hood and I royally messed up. And guess what? I did it again with the wing. Everything was going super well until the last step of getting the wing fully welded. Now we live and we learn, and I learned that I really need to start working on being more patient with stuff like this. I ended up putting way too much heat into the wing and it ended up warping like crazy. I almost didn't make a video this week because of this. I was beating myself up quite badly, but hey, we all make mistakes and I do make a lot of them. So I decided, let me take a little break from fabricating and working on the Mazda-Rati Benz and get into what really happened to the M104 Turbo. I guess the wing doesn't look all that bad, but one thing I am really happy about is the exhaust. So I also got that finished. So we ended up adding a flared 76mm to 89mm. So the outside is 89 and then the inside is still 76mm. And then when you open it up, it looks freaking sick. Polished stainless steel is so nice, and when you close it back up, it fills up that hole almost perfect. Added the bolts, got the wing painted, hoping that it'll make it look a bit better. But yeah, like I said, for now, gonna put this aside, kind of reevaluate things and my decisions on this thing. So for now, let's get into this thing. Yes, it is indeed blown up, but not all that bad. We think it's just another blown head gasket. So like you guys saw, I already got the fluid out of the car so we can start taking things apart. If it is indeed another blown head gasket, this will be the fourth head gasket, I think. And yeah, that's not right. I mean, something will have to change. I'm kind of torn between just getting the car back to normally aspirated, removing the turbo altogether, and just having a normally aspirated 3.2 litre inline six in the W203. Or should I get started on Ricer Benz version 3 or 4 or 5? I don't even know. Build a new, better flowing turbo manifold, getting a bigger turbo, not necessarily to gain more power or make more boost, but just to have everything work and flow more efficiently. Normally aspirated will be much easier, but will it be as fun? I definitely don't think so. I think it'll be a bit of a waste taking the car back to normally aspirated. I mean, I've put a lot of work into getting all the turbo stuff there, and I do have most of it. It will be kind of expensive though, so yeah, I don't know. Oh, and also, by no means can I blame anyone but myself for every single time this thing is blown up. I know with this setup, it doesn't like to go above 0.5 bar of boost, this much PSI, but every single time I turn up the boost and this happens. I've definitely learned that by now I should not have access to turn the boost up and down right where I'm sitting. But damn, I do miss driving this thing. Whew. But okay, enough talking, let's get to work and start tearing this thing apart. That's not good. Whew. These bolts almost got me. Ooh, that's not ideal. We are making good progress. I had to remove the radiator to give me some more space because those two bolts almost stripped out and we would have had a big problem. But now comes the bit more tricky part. This is a very simple engine to work on. In my opinion, I think that's the only reason I can work on it. But there is a video I follow along on YouTube. So it's from Team Love Tap, that video over there. It shows you how to reset the tensioner, everything like that. So great video, 93,000 views. Most of those views are from me every time I blow a head gasket and then I need to watch the video to fix it. There is kind of a sequence in which things need to be done. So I think next up is removing this cover with the gears, removing the tensioner. So you have to remove the alternator or just loosen the top bolt, lay to the side so that you can get in there. Tensioner is just over there. Take that out, then we can remove the cams, get to the head bolts, and yeah, pretty much then we can remove the head and see what's going on in there. And another important thing is once you remove the cams, these little caps, or I don't know what you call them, they need to go back exactly where they were. So I put them, I'll show you how I put them, just for when we reassemble everything, they go exactly where they need to be. As I'm working on the car, there's already like 10 things I would like to change once we go ahead and put everything back together after getting the head skinned, new head gasket and all that. That is if it is a head gasket, but I'm pretty sure it is. Again, like I said, we live and we learn, and I like to think my skills do improve. Every mistake I make, at least I learn from it. So I mean, this is the second set of engine mounts. I think we are on the fourth or fifth exhaust setup. Always keep changing, always keep improving, but more on that later on. For now, let's just do what we need to do, what we came here to do, and that is to see if it is indeed the blown head gasket. And yeah, we can get started on fixing that, and then we'll get to the other stuff later on. So let's continue. Well, this certainly gets easier every time, but yeah, definitely blown head gasket. Number 5 is extremely blown. Number 6 was on its way. Number 4, yeah, you can see over there the gap. 3 also was on its way out. 2 as well. It's only cylinder 1, and yeah, only cylinder 1 that doesn't really have any issues. Other than that, things are looking good. So yeah, pretty much just another blown head gasket. Oh, and then another thing I forgot to mention is these cam caps. They also need to go back exactly where they need to be, but I marked them back when I blew the first head gasket. So marked each of them so I know exactly where they need to be. But like I said, a lot of things that I want to change, I would like to change, but that's gonna have to wait for another day. But now we can get the head all skimmed up, get a new head gasket on the way, and start fixing this thing. But for now, I'm not even going to remove that head gasket. I do still have the spacer under there as well. I think it's a 1.5 mil spacer to drop the compression a little bit. I would like to leave it just like it is in there and just add a top gasket on top of that, remove this one, add that one. But I'm gonna leave it like this, have a mechanic come over, have a look at things. I have no experience or very little experience with all of this, so I don't want to start removing the head gasket. I want someone to exactly diagnose what happened. But like I said, these things happen. I'm not too worried about it. We'll get it fixed and we'll have it back up and running hopefully soon. I don't know, but yeah, anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like. I would really appreciate it. Let's get this thing back up and running again, and then I'll see you in the next one.